Ever notice how the dumbest ideas always go viral first? Someone claims that eating raw onions cures anxiety, and suddenly, the whole internet smells like a salad. Meanwhile, real scientists are like, we literally proved that wrong in 1984. But no one's watching them. They're too busy filming onion eating challenges for TikTok. Here's the brutal truth. Stupidity spreads because it feels better than the truth. Truth asks you to think. Stupidity just lets you feel. You don't have to analyze or verify. You just react. And humans love reacting more than reasoning. That's how our brains are wired. We chase dopamine, not logic. Think about it. When someone says drinking coffee makes you live longer, you nod and share it instantly. But when a doctor says, well, it depends on your genetics, lifestyle, and consumption levels, your brain checks out. One is simple and exciting. The other sounds like homework. And that's the secret weapon of stupidity: simplicity. The dumber the idea, the easier it is to remember, repeat, and spread. Truth, on the other hand, is complex. It needs context, effort, and sometimes it's boring. Here's the psychological twist. Our brains hate uncertainty more than we hate being wrong. So when a stupid idea gives us instant certainty, we grab it like comfort food for the mind. That's why fake news spreads 6 times faster than real news. That's why random life hacks with toothpaste and cola get millions of views, while actual experts struggle to hit 10,000. And that's why someone can post "the earth is shaped like a donut" and get followers, not fact checks. Because deep down, people don't want truth. They want meaning, emotion, and belonging, even if it's built on nonsense. So the next time you see a stupid idea go viral, don't just roll your eyes. Realize this: it's not just stupidity winning. It's human nature doing what it's always done, spreading comfort faster than truth.
Here's the funny thing about stupid ideas. Once people believe them, they'll defend them like it's their personal legacy. You can show them proof, logic, scientific data, and they'll still say, yeah, but my cousin tried it once, and it worked for him. Congratulations, you've just lost an argument to anecdotal evidence and blind confidence. See, once a stupid idea lands in someone's brain, it doesn't sit quietly. It builds a house, decorates it, and starts charging rent. Why? Because believing something, even if it's wrong, feels safer than admitting you were fooled. That's ego protection, psychology's oldest trick. Our brains would rather defend a dumb belief than face the pain of being wrong. It's not stupidity anymore. It's survival instinct in disguise. And when that belief becomes part of your identity, it's game over. You're no longer arguing about facts, you're arguing about yourself. Tell someone their favorite conspiracy isn't real, and they'll look at you like you insulted their family. Social media makes this 10 times worse. When someone posts a stupid idea online and gets likes, shares, and comments, it stops being wrong. It becomes validated. Every thumbs up is a mini dopamine hit saying, see, you're right. And it's not about truth anymore, it's about belonging. Because deep down, people don't spread stupidity to educate, they spread it to connect. It's the digital version of gossip around a campfire. Truth divides people with facts. Stupidity unites them with feelings. That's why no one shares a research paper, but everyone shares a meme. Facts whisper, feelings shout. And when emotions speak louder than evidence, stupidity wins every argument before it even begins. So, the next time you wonder why someone defends an obviously stupid idea, remember, they're not protecting the idea. They're protecting themselves. And nothing spreads faster than stupidity wrapped in identity. Here's the real twist. Stupidity doesn't just spread on its own. It's being boosted by algorithms, by platforms, by the systems built to keep you watching, clicking, and scrolling. Social media doesn't care if something's true. It only cares if you feel something. Anger, shock, laughter, outrage. Those are engagement gold. And nothing triggers emotion faster than stupidity. That's why when someone posts a calm, reasonable explanation about climate change, it gets 12 likes. But if another person says, the sun is cooling because pigeons are blocking it, boom, 1.2 million views in a day. The algorithm doesn't see stupidity, it sees interaction. Every comment, every share, every "what the hell is this?" keeps you scrolling, and that's all the system wants. Truth is slow. Stupidity is clickbait, and the machine rewards whatever makes you stop scrolling, not whatever makes you smarter. Even worse, outrage is contagious. You see something ridiculous, and you have to react. You quote tweet it, mock it, argue with it, and guess what? You just helped it spread. The algorithm doesn't care if you hate it. Hate still counts as attention. That's why stupidity has no natural predator online. It feeds on both belief and disbelief. It wins whether you laugh at it or fight it. And the result? The internet becomes a giant echo chamber of nonsense, where the loudest, not the smartest, dominate the feed. Because the platforms weren't built for truth. They were built for addiction. Truth makes you pause. Stupidity keeps you scrolling. And here's the irony. The system was created by humans, which means it learned from the best. So next time you wonder why the dumbest things rise to the top, remember, it's not just human nature anymore. It's the system itself, perfectly designed to keep stupidity trending. Until truth becomes as addictive as nonsense, stupidity isn't losing. It's trending. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Stupidity doesn't just spread because of algorithms. It spreads because we like spreading it. Not because we're dumb, but because it feels good. Sharing a stupid idea gives you 3 things every human secretly craves: attention, belonging, and superiority. And that combo is more addictive than caffeine and Wi-Fi combined. Think about it. You post some wild claim, "This one smoothie burns belly fat overnight," and suddenly people are tagging friends and commenting, "OMG, I'm trying this." You just became the source of knowledge, even if that knowledge came from a YouTube video filmed in someone's kitchen at 2 a.m. That tiny rush of validation, that's dopamine dressed up as self-importance. And it doesn't stop there. We share stupidity because it fits the stories we already want to believe. If something confirms our fears, hopes, or insecurities, boom, share button. It's not about accuracy, it's about identity. We don't check if it's true, we check if it feels true. That's why people proudly say, "I knew it," when they read headlines like, "Scientists admit coffee drinkers are more creative." It's not science, it's emotional comfort wrapped in clickbait. And here's the real trick. Our brains reward being first more than being right. You'd rather be the one who knew it early than the one who fact-checked it later. Because nothing feels worse than realizing you were the last one to believe nonsense. We're all chasing tiny hits of digital validation, likes, comments, agreement. And stupid ideas deliver them faster than facts ever can. Because facts take effort. Stupidity takes confidence. The sad irony? Most people don't share lies to deceive. They share them to belong. It's digital tribalism, where truth becomes whatever your tribe clicks fastest. So the next time you see a dumb idea going viral, don't just blame the poster. Blame the pleasure it gives. Because in a world that rewards attention over accuracy, stupidity isn't an accident. It's entertainment. And we're all the audience. And the actors.
Here's the cruel irony. Truth never stood a chance in a world built for speed. Truth is slow. It walks. It checks sources, asks questions, takes time to think. But stupidity? It sprints, yells, and posts before breakfast. And by the time truth gets its shoes on, stupidity already has a podcast, a fan base, and a merch line. But here's what keeps truth alive. Not algorithms, not fact-checkers. People who care enough to think. Because deep down, everyone's tired of being manipulated. We laugh at stupidity, sure, but there's a quiet part of us that knows we've fallen for it too. That moment you shared something outrageous before checking, that's the system winning. And the only way out is awareness. Truth doesn't need to go viral, it needs to go personal. It starts when you pause before sharing. When you ask, wait, does this even make sense? That's not weakness, that's rebellion. Because in a world where outrage is currency, doubt is the new wisdom. The truth isn't sexy. It won't give you dopamine. It won't trend. But it gives you something better. Clarity. You see, stupidity spreads fast because it promises comfort. Truth spreads slow because it demands effort. But effort is how you grow, and comfort is how you get stuck. And here's the beautiful irony. Every time one person pauses before hitting share, the algorithm loses, and truth wins a tiny battle. So maybe the goal isn't to make truth go viral. Maybe the goal is simpler, to make thinking cool again. Because in a noisy world full of confident nonsense, the quiet mind that questions everything is the smartest one in the room.